Right, what we got here is a master cylinder out of a 2005 Jeep LJ. This was changed out a couple weeks ago. Now, I don't know if any of you guys know what's inside one of these master cylinders, but I'm going to suspect it's like a double plunger, because I've never had one apart either. So let's throw this in a vise and take it apart. One of the things I want to do, this part is under tension of a spring, and there is a snap ring there, but I don't want to be taking the snap ring out unless I can find a way to confine the stored energy in case that there is some, because the last thing you want to do in case that it is under tension is to take that snap ring out and then boom, it goes flying out at you in the face. So hopefully my vise can open up far enough that I could stick it inside there. Well, it won't fit in the vise the way I want it to, but that's okay. I don't think it's going to be underneath too much spring tension. So I'll just wear a glove and kind of hold my hand over it and gently pull that off. Well, you guys ready? Let's let this thing rip, see if she's gonna fly. Oh, no. Doesn't look like she's under any pressure at all. There we go. Looks like there's another piece inside. We'll see if we can get it out. So what we got here, depending on how they go, it's either circuit 1 or circuit 2, our primary piston, secondary piston, however you want to refer to it as. But if you look inside the master cylinder, let's see if I could, can you see the two holes right there? And at the back here, so those holes in the master cylinder housing here allows the brake fluid to go in between where these pistons are. So what happens, in order to generate pressure, you got to squeeze this plunger in and then push these pistons far enough past where those holes are. Then once you get past where those holes are, that's where you're going to build up pressure. And like I said before, this one wasn't leaking out the back, but we were having internal leakage. So either one of these seals or all of these seals right here could have a leakage problem. So once you build up enough pressure, all of a sudden it would just start leaking through, and that's where your pressure would bleed off. Once your pressure started leaking through, let's say if we built up pressure past these two holes right here, and all of a sudden the brake fluid started blowing past the seal here, whatever would allow the fluid to go back to the master cylinder here, it would make the pedal easier to drop. Now, that's not saying that this circuit wasn't failing and this one was good, or I think all could have been bad. Either way, whatever the problem was, we were having internal leakage. So it doesn't matter. Any one of these three seals could have been the problem. Now you could actually buy a rebuild kit and fix this. Now the only problem you might have with that is that the inside bore of the master cylinder, if it's worn more than whatever the specified amount is supposed to be, you'd be wasting your money, because no sooner than you rebuilt it, all of a sudden it'd be leaking again. And I had that issue on my Indian motorcycle with the rear brake, because getting parts for an Indian motorcycle is extremely hard. And when I had mine, I bought a rebuild kit. I was actually able to find one for the rear disc brake at the back, but what would happen, even after I had rebuilt the whole setup, I was suffering the same thing. Like, I would rebuild it and I would take it out, and it would, like, the rear brake would work perfect, and then the next day I'd come out and I would go to ride my bike and there's no pedal at all. I'd hit the rear brake and it dropped. So then I would have to bleed the system out again, refill it full of oil, and then it'd be good for about a day, which is really kind of a pain in the ass. So if you want to rebuild the master cylinder, I'm pretty sure the parts are cheap, so it's kind of a toss-up. You can either rebuild it, take your chances, or just say screw it and get a new one. Personally, myself, being in that situation, I would just get a new one. Anyways, if you have any questions or comments, post them below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.